Let's be honest. Most relationship advice online is either recycled clichés or just be confident, bro nonsense. But what if the real secrets to love and loyalty were written down 500 years ago by a man so controversial, his name became a warning? Picture this. Florence, 1513. Niccolò Machiavelli, once a top diplomat, now broke, disgraced, and exiled, sits alone, convinced he's yesterday's news. But instead of giving up, he grabs a pen and writes something so raw, so unsettling, that rulers and priests try to bury it. Not because he's evil, but because he exposes the games everyone plays, especially in love. Here's the twist. Machiavelli wasn't just talking about kings and war. He was talking about us, about why people stay, why they leave, and what really drives attraction. And he saw something most of us still deny. The real reason women choose some men and walk away from others isn't romance, or looks, or even money. It's something deeper. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see relationships, and maybe your own past breakups, in a whole new light. Let's cut through the fairy tales. Machiavelli didn't care how people wanted to be seen. He cared how they actually behaved. He watched as loyalty vanished when fortunes changed, as love faded when the risks got too high, as betrayal crept in when danger knocked. Sound familiar? Think about your last relationship. Did it end because of some dramatic betrayal? Or did things just shift? Maybe you lost your job, or your confidence took a hit, and suddenly the vibe changed. Machiavelli would say, "That's not evil, that's human nature." He believed everyone, men, women, kings, lovers, acts out of self-interest. Not because we're bad, but because we're wired to survive, to protect ourselves, to seek what makes life better. But here's the kicker. Society judges women's choices way more harshly. We're told women are supposed to be selfless, romantic, endlessly forgiving. But Machiavelli saw through that. He knew women, like men, weigh risk and reward, sometimes consciously, sometimes not. Have you ever felt guilty for wanting more from a relationship? Or judged someone for leaving when things got tough? Drop your story in the comments. I want to hear it. Let's get real. The world sells us on chemistry and soulmates, but Machiavelli saw something more practical. People stay where their needs are met. They leave when they're not. Simple as that. For women, the stakes have always been higher. Historically, picking the wrong partner could mean losing safety, reputation, even freedom. So women learned, over centuries, to be strategic, to look for security, not just sparks. And before you roll your eyes, think about it. Why do so many relationships fall apart after a job loss, a health scare, or a big life change? It's not just about money. It's about feeling safe, respected, and supported. Security isn't just a bank account. It's knowing your partner has your back, no matter what. Let's bring it to today. Ever notice how celebrity couples break up right after a scandal or a career flop? Or how your friend's relationship changed when she started earning more than her boyfriend? That's not shallow. It's survival. When did you last feel truly secure in a relationship? What made the difference? Let me know below. Here's a hard truth. Loyalty isn't infinite. Even the best relationships have limits. Machiavelli wrote that people are loyal only as long as it benefits them. Critics called him cold, but he was just honest. Look at your own life. Have you ever had a friend who disappeared when you needed them most? Or a partner who changed when things got tough? It hurts, but it's not always betrayal. Sometimes it's just reality. Humans care deeply, but not endlessly. There's always a breaking point, a moment when the emotional cost outweighs the reward. Think about relationships that collapsed after a job loss, a major illness, or a personal crisis. Was it really about love fading? Or did the balance of give and take just shift? John thought his girlfriend would stick by him no matter what. But when he lost his job and started spiraling, she left. Was she heartless? Or just protecting her own future? Machiavelli would say, she did what most people do. She chose survival. Across centuries, one pattern repeats. A woman stays when the relationship enriches her life, and she leaves when it drains her. That enrichment can be emotional connection, safety, admiration, partnership, intellectual stimulation, sexual compatibility, shared ambition, or just feeling seen and supported. It's rarely as shallow as stereotypes suggest. In fact, Machiavelli would argue it's a sign of emotional intelligence. But here's where most guys get blindsided. They think once love is declared, it's permanent. They believe effort can stop once commitment is secured. They confuse early attraction with lifelong loyalty. And when a woman pulls away, they see it as sudden or irrational. But Machiavelli would say, the signs were always there. The incentives shifted. The emotional return declined. Have you ever felt blindsided by a breakup? Looking back, were there warning signs you missed? Share your story in the comments. Let's get to the heart of it. After all the myths and fairy tales, Machiavelli's insight is simple. Women don't want perfection, wealth, dominance, or fantasy. They want security. Not just financial security, emotional security, psychological security, the security of being understood, not managed, the security of being respected, not just tolerated, the security of knowing that loyalty won't become exploitation, that affection won't turn into indifference, the security of choosing a partner who won't crumble under pressure, who won't resent their strength, who won't retreat from responsibility. Security doesn't mean a life without problems. It means a partnership where you face problems together. And when that security disappears, Machiavelli would say, the relationship is already over, whether anyone admits it or not. This isn't a condemnation of women. It's a recognition of their wisdom. Security makes love sustainable. Security allows vulnerability, intimacy, trust, and long-term investment. Machiavelli never said humans can't love. He said love lasts only when it aligns with human nature. People, including women, stay loyal where loyalty offers meaning, fulfillment, dignity, and stability. Remove those, and loyalty dissolves. Understanding this doesn't make you cynical. It makes you prepared. It makes you compassionate. It lets you see relationships not as magical guarantees, but as mutual responsibilities. Do you agree that security is the foundation of lasting love? Hit like if you do and comment if you disagree. I want to hear your take. So what does this mean for you? How do you build the kind of security that makes love last? 1. Emotional security. Listen deeply. Validate feelings, even when you don't agree. Show up consistently. Apologize when you're wrong. Celebrate your partner's strengths. 2. Psychological security. Respect boundaries. Encourage independence. Allow space for vulnerability. Build trust through honesty. 3. Relational security. Invest in the relationship, not just at the start, but always. Communicate openly about needs and changes. Don't take loyalty for granted. Earn it every day. 4. Financial security. Be transparent about money. Plan together. Share responsibilities. 5. Security of identity. Support your partner's dreams and individuality. Don't demand they shrink to fit your comfort. When you provide these forms of security, you create a relationship that can weather storms, adapt to change, and deepen over time. Pause the video and write down one thing you can do this week to make your partner feel more secure. Share it in the comments. I'll feature the best ones in the next video. Why is this so hard to accept? Because we're surrounded by myths that love should be effortless, that loyalty is automatic, that passion never fades, that sacrifice is always noble. But these myths set us up for disappointment. They blind us to the real work of love, the daily choices, the ongoing negotiations, the willingness to adapt and grow. Machiavelli's insight isn't a recipe for manipulation. It's a call to maturity, to see love not as a prize to be won, but as a partnership to be built. Remember that viral story about the couple who split after one lost their job? The comments were brutal. Half blamed her, half blamed him. But Machiavelli would say, it's not about blame. It's about whether the relationship could still offer security. When you let go of the fantasy, you gain something far more valuable: freedom. The freedom to love without fear of abandonment. The freedom to set boundaries without guilt. The freedom to choose partners who respect your needs and to walk away from those who don't. This is the wisdom women have carried for centuries, often in silence. The wisdom to seek security, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. And when men understand this, not as a threat, but as an invitation, they become better partners, better lovers, better friends. So the next time you wonder why a relationship ended, or why a woman chose to stay or to leave, look beyond the surface. Ask yourself, did the relationship offer security, or did it threaten it? Did it nurture growth, or demand sacrifice? Did it honor individuality, or require conformity? Did it provide stability, or breed anxiety? The answers to these questions reveal more about the fate of love than any romantic gesture or grand declaration. In the end, Machiavelli's lesson is simple but profound. Love is not a fairy tale. It is a living, breathing contract, renewed every day by the choices we make. Women, like all people, want security, not because they are weak, but because they are wise. Not because they are selfish, but because they understand what makes love last. So if you want to be chosen, become someone who offers security, not just in words, but in actions. Build a partnership where both people can thrive, where needs are met, where trust is earned, and where love is not a fantasy, but a reality. Welcome to the real world. It may not be as glamorous as the stories, but it's the only world where love truly endures.